Alright, today in class we did the angle sum of shapes and the exterior angles of triangles. So with the angle sum of shapes, that's talking about the interior angles. And only the interior angles. So if I have a quadrilateral, when I add up all of the inside angles. If I have a different quadrilateral like the one we have on our homework and it looks like the Star Trek symbol, this is an interior angle, this one's the interior angle, here's the interior angle, but the fourth interior angle is actually right here. All the ones inside the shape. So it turns out that if you have any triangle and you add up the three angles inside the triangle, they will always add to 180 degrees. Doesn't matter what kind of triangle, it's always 180. Quadrilateral and its four angles inside will always be 360 degrees. Pentagon, those five angles on the inside, will always be 540 degrees. So if I have this triangle right here and I want to figure out the missing angle measure, I know that C plus 45 plus 25 has to be 180 degrees. I'm able to combine my like terms. That gives me 70. I subtract the 70 from the 180 and I find that my missing angle measure is 110 degrees. If I had a quadrilateral, I would be able to take x plus 70 plus 110 plus 70, and I know that all three of them would have to add to 360 degrees. Now you might notice from this problem my screen is kind of blocking. Let me move myself right over here. 70, you can probably make the deduction that this x is 110. That's a special feature of parallelograms, not necessarily of any quadrilateral. So you can't assume, unless you know for a fact, that these sides are all parallel. So we've got this. We add in our like terms. That's 140 plus 110 gives us 250. Subtract the 250, and we do see that x is the 110 that we assumed it to be, but now we have mathematical proof. This is true whenever you see a problem like this. I'm going to skip the pentagon. Even if one of the angle measures has an equation or something not quite as simple as just x, we still know that this angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3 have to add to 180 degrees. So if I take angle 1, which is 2x plus 20, and I add it with angle 2, which is 65, and add it with angle 3, which is 45, angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, it's the exact same setup as our first problem where this was C plus 45 plus 25. Angle 1, angle 2, angle 3. I can combine my like terms. That's 85. That's 120, 130. And then I solve my two-step equation. And x is 25. The other thing that we learned about were the exterior angles of triangles. So exterior angle, doesn't fit my screen as well as I thought it did. Okay, let me just move it all down. Are angles that are outside when you extend one of the sides of the triangle. So I've got this interior angle, we know this interior angle, we know this interior angle. So we have 180 degrees inside. But then we have this exterior angle right here, which has a lot of cool properties. We're going to call this angle E. We're going to call this one 1. We're going to call this one 2. We're going to call this one 3. Things that we know that angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 equals 180. We just learned that in a previous page. We know that's true. But what's really cool is that the exterior angles of triangles, that if I take angle 1 and I add it with angle 2, it will always be angle E over here. Every single time, no matter what. The last thing that we know is that angle 3 and angle E will make 180 degrees when put together because they make a half circle or a straight line. They are supplementary. So knowing all of these facts actually helps us fill in every single missing angle in this picture. So if I start with angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, I should be able to figure out all of the angles by the end of this problem. Let's start with angle 3. I know angle 3 because these two have to make 180 degrees. So this angle has to be 85. I know angle 4 for the same reason. This has to be 180, so that's 150. Now here comes the fun part, is deciding which angle we want to figure out next. Angle 1 or angle 2. What we do know is that angle 1 is equal to 95 plus 35. Or 30, sorry. 95 plus 30. We also know that angle 1 plus angle 2 has to be 180. That doesn't help us because we don't know what angle 1 or angle 2 are. So we're not going to probably use that one. We know that angle 2 plus 95 has to be 150. And the last one we know is that angle 2 plus 30 has to be 85. All of these equations are just taking into account all the ideas that we know about triangles. And then the last one is angle 2 plus 95 plus 30 has to be 180. So picking any of these, angle 1, pretty straightforward. We add those together. We get 125. And then we could pick literally any one of these equations to solve for 2. I like this one the easiest. It's 55. And that's it. So using any method that we know, we need to figure out x and y. We probably don't need to figure out this angle. And we probably don't need to figure out this angle. We can figure out x using supplementary, it's 115. And then we can figure out y by using the external angles. 65 minus 27 gives us 8. And then that is 38 degrees. And that is external angle of triangles.